Hi, Matt here. Today's video is going to be about 7 things that we can all do to make ourselves better people or make our lives better during this coronavirus situation. Um, I know it's very difficult for a lot of people to kind of relax about things and feel that, their situation is acceptable to them. Um, and I'm not saying this is the absolute answer, but I just think that there's something we all can do, and however I can help you with that, I would love to help you with that. So, um, 7 reasons are uh, firstly mindfulness. Mindfulness means that we go through our lives and we're aware of how we're feeling. We're sort of observing our emotions more, and we're in touch with ourselves, in touch with how we feel, um, who we are as people, and you know, uh, basically, someone, let's say, is a little mad at you, not much, but maybe they're frustrated at you, let's say, and or they don't respond to your message. Let's say it's a relative and they don't uh, respond, or a boss or whatever for a couple hours. So mindfulness will kind of allow us to slow things down on the emotional level by, if you observe, it doesn't literally do that, but what it means is you're observing how you're feeling, and so that means you might be having anger, and you observe the anger that you're having, and sort of understanding it for what it is, looking at it and not totally shying away from it, but peacefully observing the anger or whatever it is that you feel. So that's really important skill. You know, in order to be mindful, most people will have, a lot of people anyway, probably, if you think about it, most Americans will have trouble being mindful about their their lives, essentially, because you don't want to. If you're gonna if you're watching something that frustrates you, let's say it has to do with the news, um, being mindful of it isn't going to stop that from happening, but what it will do is, you know, get you to understand things better, maybe give you a little space between what's happening and how you're feeling, and so it very much improves that aspect. Well, it helps you to understand yourself better. So it's not a 1 day thing, but it is a 365-day thing. In other words, if you do this for a year, I guarantee you'll know the difference. In fact, I think most people will notice a difference in the first 30 days or 60 days, depending on your temperament and how used to this stuff you are, and what you have to deal with in your life. But um, which hopefully isn't too much. Even so, mindfulness will completely change, um, you know, how certain days will go for you. In other words, if it's a good day before, or if it's a day that normally where you would be really annoyed by one particular thing, uh, that you'll be able to manage that a lot better. In the case of the good day, it will make it a better day. In the case of a day that you don't like, then it will make it less negative day. So I think that's wonderful, and you will totally transform your life by having that mindfulness. I promise you. Secondly, relates to that, but it's detachment. It means, if something, this is a different concept, but this is more for things that will get to us in a deeper level, is to detach. But also, another meaning of it is you're detaching from, let's say, your desire to do something, or your need for something or your uh, rheumatic thought processes, because a lot of people, even I've had rheumatic thought processes, which means that it's a thought that is negative or something, and it keeps on reoccurring. Even as far as work is concerned, you could easily be at work and have thought processes that oh, I hate when the customers do this, or when they don't put something where it's supposed, or some people at work are doing things that you don't like, or something keeps popping up your computer at work, that sort of thing. So detach from it. In other words, just kind of let it go. Just let it go, and I promise you that will be enough to make you kind of feel a little happier, uh, because you're letting go of a negative thing, and then hopefully you're allowing a positive thing to come into your life, into your moment, into your zone, and cheer you up and make you feel better about that thing. Um, Third tip is a slightly different subject, but it's first of all reading. Um, and then the second part of it is self actualization. So, what do these things have to do with each other? Well, um, you know, I would say if you read, try to spend at least 50% of your time. I'm not here telling you what you should do, but I mean, I don't want to give that impression, but read things that will, at least enlighten you about something, and will be like factual information. And this is to say, it sort of switch things up a little bit, and yeah, start absorbing more information, more facts, and understand, new things about a subject you don't even understand very well. Like for me, I'd like to learn more about psychology. Not that I don't understand any of that, but there's certainly facets of it that I probably could learn a lot more about. And if you're watching this, I mean, it's possible. It's the same. Or, you could be miles above where I am in understanding that. But if so, leave me a comment, and I'll check out your videos and learn from you. But so the self actualization part, um, self actualization means, working on yourself in little ways every day, or big ways. But generally, bigger ways will take a longer amount of time. One aspect of self actualization, what I think is the most important, most helpful thing you can do in your life, is meditating. I meditate every day in one way or another. I have a form of walking meditation, which, I'm not here saying that's something, oh, I'm the cool person that can, walk around and meditate. No, but just I have, arthritic pains I deal with. I won't tell you the disease, the condition that I have, but I need to get my exercise in. But still, I find meditating, even by sitting, normal meditation, zazen, as they call it in the Zen tradition, is more than good enough. Like for me, most of the time, that will calm my body down and help me regulate my nervous system and decrease my inflammation if I do it for a long enough period of time. Probably not too long. I don't want to meditate for 90 minutes all day if exercise is more important for me. But if I've taken care of that, maybe I feel like meditating for 90 minutes, hypothetically speaking. I've done that before actually, but it's a nice experience, because the longer you meditate for, sometimes the better you'll feel. But then again, we all only have so much time in our day, and the important thing is just meditating every day. Not you can meditate for 10 minutes, or 15 minutes, preferably. That will do a lot for you, if that's all you can do. And with longer amounts of meditation, you can do it for 1 hour, and then you can do another hour later. That's actually, I probably recommend that. If you want to push yourself. Um, so the next, oh yeah, self actualization. Yeah, just come up with something you can do to improve yourself and kind of apply knowledge that you've gained. Maybe go outside and go on a walk a day, every day, and appreciate the nature. Believe it or not, I consider that to be a form of self actualization, not for the reasons oh, you're good because you're walking, but it's a very healing thing to go on a walk. It actually heals our bodies, and I think that will make pretty much anybody feel better. But you know what? I'm asking you to, I want, apply your own examples. Don't necessarily take mine, especially given that, you have to be safe right now if you do choose to do what I said there. So the next topic is minimalism. Idea is minimalism. So minimalism is, being able to live without a 60-inch flat screen. If you have a CRT, an interesting experiment would be get the CRT. Well, yeah, maybe do that, but just something that isn't as fancy, and then try, even if you watch TV, try um, the smaller monitor, and see if it makes you feel more appreciative that you even have the smaller monitor. But I mean, that's probably a bad example. A better example is you know you have two cars. So one car is a Corvette, and another is a Volkswagen Beetle. I would say try taking the Volkswagen Beetle. Um, and it will get you around as much, and it's more fuel efficient and all that. Um, Another example is um, you know you have this is kind of an outdated example, but a CD player, and you have a record player. Try the record player, or more realistically speaking, if you listen to your iPod in certain situations, try listening to, or if you have a CD player, break out the CD player, and try using that. Um, and then the next thing is taking time and slowing down. This means if you do something and it takes you, um, you know, 7 minutes to take a shower. Just a hypothetical example. Slow it down and take 15 minutes maybe to take a shower. Um, if you take a walk, and to do the walk it takes you 30 minutes, half an hour to go 2 miles. Try doing the same 2 miles, but do it in 45 minutes instead. Um, you'd have to be going fast, but I think that taking your time with things will help you to really your brain to kind of handle things better, and you're not getting overwhelmed by things all the time. It's really one of the most important things for a lot of people. If you live a fast-paced lifestyle, for Westerners, to slow down, because if we don't, what will happen is you'll get overwhelmed, and it will cause problems that you're not even aware of. It'll be overly stimulating, overly stressful. Okay, so and then the next thing is disconnect from the media, disconnect from uh, the television, and if you're hearing things on the news every day that upset you, the logical thing or at least what makes sense to me, is disconnect from that. Because it's just stressing you out. It's gonna eat you out at you if you're hearing about people that are, there's so many examples of what's happening right now. Not getting to eat everything they need, but you have to focus on your needs, and not, be lose your appetite because of things that are stressing you out. Even though empathy is a great thing, I encourage that. But I think that disconnecting from things, like if you use Facebook, if you text all the time, if you uh, play games with other people, if you use FaceTime with other people, disconnecting from that for at least a day will allow you to get a new sense of, okay, this is what life is really like. Now, for most people, they don't do that every day. Better, actually, it will help you a lot more if you do it for like a week. Um, but even, if you live a fast paced, heavily connected, social media based lifestyle or something like that, you're gonna be so much better by disconnecting from that, and especially with the news. Even if you're an older person watching this, don't watch the news all the time, at least. And if you do, don't watch the same bullshit. Watch something that will, like on YouTube, maybe, that will inform you better. But better yet, try not watching TV for a week and see how it makes you feel, see how it benefits you, and changes your perspective and gives you you know time you need, stuff like that. So disconnect from the crap that you may be consuming. It's no easy way to say it. And then seventh thing is find a hobby that you like. For me, I love hiking. I love going out into nature. Um, but I also love reading, like Star Wars books, and I love reading Alan Watts books. Um, I love, now I'm actually really getting into starting my own garden, um, watering my plants. That's really nice. And just taking care of the plants every day, it makes you feel more responsible, and like you're in touch with a part of me that I didn't know is there as much as it apparently is. But just something to get yourself into that won't aggravate you, but will rejuvenate you, reinvigorate you, and help you to relax, and will basically improve probably your life too, because you're learning new skills, you're learning new things. And I say learn something new every day. Even if your hobby is just looking things up on Wikipedia, that's an acceptable hobby if you ask me. um, so try it. But it could be something as simple as stamp collecting, if that's something you'd be interested in, or curating music. And then finally, my last suggestion is, this is the bonus suggestion. I know it's really hard for some people to do this, especially you want to get somewhere. This coronavirus situation, COVID-19, is slowing you down, and the lockdown is causing you to be like, you can't go outside and do what you want. Well, um, you know, accept yourself, and just uh, accept who you are, and yeah, that will help you a lot. All right, thank you, and have a great day. Take care.